Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Your Leadership Chat. My name is Velma, and if you're joining me for the very first time, hey, welcome home. But if you are someone that is regularly here and you're listening in, I just want to say welcome back and thank you so much for supporting me and supporting our guest on the show. Now, I know that none of you have ever done this, but have you ever wanted to eavesdrop in on someone's conversation? I mean, I know none of you have ever done that, but just imagine what you could learn if you could eavesdrop in on someone's conversation. Well, today, friends, you have permission to do just that. Today on Your Leadership Chat, you get to listen in on my conversation with none other than, wait for it, TR Coverson. Hey, TR, welcome. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And hello, everyone who are followers of the Velma Knows campaign. Thanks
oh,
so
my
much.
Goodness. This man is not shy at all. I just want all to know.
No.
I figured I would not pay for advertising. I would just invite TR to come on to this chat with me, and then the world would be all well and good. But seriously, thank you so much for joining me on Your Leadership Chat. I want to kick things off, and I would love you, TR, to share with all those that are listening in a little bit about you and what you do.
I think if I had to say anything, I am just a child of God. And I put that first because all of the things that he has forgiven me, looked beyond my faults to see who I am and what I've become, gosh, it becomes just a paramount thing. There's a few things that I've been able to accomplish in my life. My birthday, kind of like yours, a few weeks ago, December 3rd. I'm a Sagittarius as well.
Look at you.
Yes. I turned 67.
Nice.
Now, on my 67th birthday, the day before it, I was in the gym and I had a friend of mine film me, and I was bench pressing 235 pounds.
Wow.
12 reps of 235 at 67. So what have I done? My wife and I have been married now for 44 years, 3 children. Thank you. 3 children. She's great. I don't know. That's why I thank God for his mercy and grace that she's great. 3 kids. The fascinating thing about looking out the window of my past is neither of my parents, in fact, neither of mine nor my wife's parents even graduated from high school.
Okay.
I have a college degree. Between the 3 kids that we share, 5 college degrees.
Wow.
So when we start to talk about, look where the Lord has brought me from, I talk about how good he is and how present he has been in answering his promises in the vein of looking beyond my faults to see my needs. So a father, a husband, I am a speaker. I joined, as you would know, Velma was the first person that I met after I joined NSA, National
You're
Speakers
still talking to me, man.
I love it. But the providence of that is I'm one of those persons who all my life, people have been saying, come on, settle down. You talk too much. Slow down. You talk too much. Be quiet. Sit down. Shut up. And I'd adhere to it because I try to be obedient. I walked into the room of National Speakers Association, and all of a sudden, well, I'd be very honest. I said, where the heck have you people been all my life? I've been looking for someone where it was okay to talk, to voice who you were inside.
Yeah.
And at NSA, it's not only people free to talk, they're actually getting paid to do it. That's amazing. So a few accomplishments. I've been financial services. I was in for 20 years. I pastored for 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else?
Come on, Toastmasters. You got to speak.
Toastmasters. Yes,
I remember I was there filming you.
I got a few of these, around the room. I got a few of these.
Oh man,
But
no, you're a
it's just
powerful, powerful speaker, my friend.
it's just awesome. And now I say the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
We were talking a moment ago about losing loved ones, and I'll stop when I say this to make sure I'm answering your question. My goal right now has everything to do with legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What you're leaving behind. Les Brown has a statement that speaks to the issue of going to your grave empty.
Yes. Empty.
There is nothing that we do here on earth other than singing that is needed in heaven. Right?
Yeah.
They don't need doctors there.
No.
They don't. I mean, why?
Yeah.
They don't need lawyers there.
Planners. No.
There is no need for anything that we do here in the earth. There's no need for it in heaven.
Right.
It's only singing and giving praise. That's the only thing that's necessary. So why try to take any of that with you there? What I often said to women, senior women in the church,
right.
I'd say, please don't die and take the biscuit recipe with you to heaven.
Nice.
I love those homemade biscuits.
Right.
They have manna there.
Mm-hmm.
We need the biscuit recipe, whatever it is, whatever gift God has given you.
Yeah.
Leave it here. When I die, I'd like to be able to say, as Jesus said, it is finished. It's done.
Yeah.
The job that he sent me here to do is done. And I would challenge all of us to have on your to-do list, I need to finish what he sent me here to do. And as we are introspective in our thinking, in our searching, in our meditation, he speaks to us about the gift that he has planted in us. And all of us have at least one. Nurture that gift. He has deposited you into this space of time. And so it's incumbent upon you to do that thing that you do. So replenish what that gift is, nurture what that gift is, and then leave it to the world.
Yeah.
So that you can go to heaven like Jesus, like Paul. I've run the race, I've finished my course, and now I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I'm empty. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm empty.
I love it. And so, yes, you are that father, that speaker, that you've been a pastor, right? I mean, in the financial analysis world. So, I'm telling you, from money to gold. Okay, that's all I can say there. But you're also, someone that truly has a message that you want to share, and I appreciate you challenging us, but also encouraging us to share the gift that you have. Now, you spoke about Les Brown, but I want to ask you the question around valuable leaders, people that make an impact in your life that you say, boy, when I look back on my life, someone that's been a valuable leader or is a valuable leader, they have been or they are a valuable leader in my life. This person comes to mind, and this is why. Share that with us.
Jim Rome is one of those. I religiously listen to YouTube videos. Jim Rome, he's just an icon there. T.D. Jakes, another one. Dr. Miles Monroe, another. Let's see. Those are three that come to mind. Of course, Les Brown, I already mentioned. But many of those people make deposits into me.
So share with us, how do you impact others, TR, to add value as a leader?
Let me, before I go to that, complete Jim Rome is someone probably daily I'm attached to him.
Okay.
Because Jim Rome has a knife into just, I'll call it common sense. And it's a little deeper than just common sense. There's some truths that he was able to get from his mentor that just unlocks a lot of doors in terms of who you are and what you can be financially, socially, as a leader, et cetera, et cetera. So he, for that reason.
Okay.
Now, to go to your next question, how do you add value? You mentioned a moment ago, as I brought up the subject of being in the middle school, it takes a lot of courage. You get there, and one is a big difference in what I saw in middle school versus what I'm seeing now. In one of the classrooms, I start the class with this. The motto of our class is this. First, the theme of this class is we are A's and B's. We make A's and B's. And many of the kids look at me like, are you kidding? You don't know me, do you? But no, we'll make A's and B's.
Right.
And I have this, there's a saying that goes, you praise what you want to raise. So anytime they do well, there's a very rambunctious applause.
Right.
That I demand for that child from the class.
Right.
Because part of the reason why social media is important to them is their self-esteem.
Yes.
They need someone to say, you're okay, you're good.
That's what the valuable leader is all about, you know.
Yeah.
It's about the fact that you have value, you have self-worth. And by the way, you don't need to post a selfie of yourself in order for someone to value you. You have to first value yourself. But you're exactly right.
Yeah, but it's hard for them to do that because often, as adults do as well, you'll look at someone else, then you'll look at yourself, and you self-depreciate.
Yes, yes.
Now, on Christian circles, we like to call that humility. But in reality, it's a whole lot of self-depreciation.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's not what Paul or Jesus talks about when he says being humble.
Right.
Being humble speaks to the issue of how you treat other people.
Well, and you know, I think it's Jim Rohn. I'm not sure who I'm giving credit to, but the point about humility is not thinking less of yourself. Yeah. Humility is thinking of yourself less.
Yes.
Thinking of others, you know, and serving and caring and loving other people. That's what it is to be, you know, to have humility, to be humble. You're thinking of yourself. It's not just me. You're thinking of yourself less, but you are not, you know, you're not thinking in the sense that you're not worthy.
Right. Exactly. And that's a very pivotal point. And you've made two very pivotal points. One, that you don't think less of yourself. Right. But you're also nurturing that person that you're here, that you're around. I say that, and I think this is a Jim Rohn. No, this is another minister friend of mine, Dr. Donald Parsons. Says, apple trees do not eat apples. They bear the fruit of apples, but it's not for themselves.
Whoa, yes.
The gift that's in the apple seed is not for the tree.
Right.
It is for others. So the apple tree is proudest when it can look into the window of your home and see an apple pie on the table.
So that comes full circle to what you were talking about when you said your gifts, you know, the thing inside of you, the gift that you're supposed to die empty, give it away, right?
Right.
It's the same thing about you're supposed to bear good fruit, but it's not for you.
It's not for you.
It's for someone else.
It's for someone else. That's right. That's right.
Very.
And, you know, as you give your apples away, because the apples are not for the apple tree.
I love that. Yeah.
Whatever your gift is, give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Because you can't, if you could consume, you couldn't consume all those apples.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the beauty that you get
Right.
is to look and see someone else rewarded for the apples that you've given, the song that you sang, the poem that you read, the play that you acted in. You look out and see their faces and you see that they appreciate it. Oh my God. I mean, every parent knows this one.
Yeah.
The reason why my wife, myself, and a third person, every Christmas when our kids were little, one of them camped out at Target, another camped out at Kmart, another camped out at Walmart at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because they had 100 of these toys.
Right.
Only 100, right? And the stores open at 2 a.m. and you wanted that toy for your kid. And it's only 100 of them. It's
Right.
a million people out in front, but you had to be there. So we had 3 different people camped out at each of the 3 stores. Why did you do that? Why? Because you wanted to see your kid's face.
Yeah.
When they turned the corner in the living room and saw it, that's why you do it. You want to present your apples to someone else and they just feel special because of the apples that you've given.
Wow, that is beautiful. Now, I mean, you've just shared so much with all of us. We are just been benefited. I mean, people that are listening to this, I love how you've come full circle on what you've shared today. And I know that you and I could talk for a very long time.
Yes.
But I want to go to my third question, which is, what is one? See, I'm always trying to nail you down. I'm trying to get this guy to nail. What is one big takeaway? What is one big takeaway that you want to leave to listeners on how they can become more valuable in their own life, how they can believe more in themselves and be more valuable? What's your big takeaway?
I'd say to not allow yourself to be cornered into average. If you're talking about Marvel Comics or DC Comics, my hero is Superman.
I've seen that speech.
It's this guy.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you why. All of the others, something happened, some scientific malfunction. Some rich guy had a lot of money and he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this vigilante, et cetera, et cetera. Superman is unique in that Superman is his identity. When he came from Krypton as an infant, he was lifting cars. Superman is who he is.
Yeah.
His disguise is Clark Kent. Now, he has a disguise, and let's see. Let's see if I can show you Superman's disguise. That's his disguise.
Right. His glasses.
Some glasses.
Right.
Now, I say the reason for this disguise is so that he looks average. He needs to just blend in.
Yeah.
He needs to just fit into the crowd. And I think that's what most people tend to do.
Yeah.
Naturally, they are Superman or Wonder Woman, whichever you choose. You are naturally that. You have a gift from God that gives you a uniqueness. He says your gifts will make room for you and place you before kings. Wow. But most of us want to
disguise,
be Clark Kent.
Yeah, be
and
average.
Just fit in.
Why do you think that? And this is not a part of that question, but why do you think that, most people want to just be average? They just want to fit in.
Because instinctively, it is more comfortable to just fit in.
Yeah.
If I've got to do something different, then people are going to talk about you, right? Why did you color your hair red?
Yeah.
And they go, wow, look at that. And you become the product of, or the topic of conversation because you're doing it differently. Henry David Thoreau says we must walk to the beat of a different drummer. But do understand that when you walk to the beat of a different drummer, that people are going to say you're out of step.
Wow.
But that's what they said about Picasso.
That's right.
I mean, you got the eye where the ear is supposed to be. But now you can't afford a Picasso.
Yeah.
Because he continued to do the thing that was in him.
I love it.
I'm old enough to remember when what it was called then, the sidewalk surfboard came out. Right? It is a piece of wood with roller skates. I've been
on one of them.
With roller skates under. Sidewalk surfboard. I didn't think anything about it. You know, I had roller skates or a bicycle, whatever.
Right.
Well, few years ago, and it's been years, admittedly, I'm flipping channels and there's a tournament on ESPN.
Right.
It's a tournament of skateboarding. So they got the little dips and, you know, you've probably seen it on the curve and go down the handlebar, the handrail on stairs and all that. Now, in watching it, I learned that some kid, and I know it's a kid because the retired commentators were 24 and 25.
Wow.
So they're retired.
Right, right.
So the person who is on the skateboard now is a teenager. By the end of the day, some teenage kid is going to win $100,000. Now, that's about 8 or 9 years ago that I saw this. But I'm thinking, here is something that some kid learned to do well.
Yeah.
It becomes his gift. Now, I didn't think anything about a sidewalk surfboard, but now some kid is going to get, and now I'm sure if you got $100,000 that day, you've won a lot of tournaments leading up to that one, and you're going to get endorsements that day and beyond. So if you have a gift and you nurture it, forget about what other people are saying because they're going to talk. Right. And most of us would prefer not to blaze a trail or not to have those negative, not to have, what do they call them? Trolls. Right. Not to have trolls come after you. Most of us don't have the courage to do that. Yeah. So we stay in our little, we stay in our cocoon and resist the notion of being a butterfly.
I love it. So, you know, your big takeaway is don't be average. Be who is inside of you. Because you
be the butterfly.
Yeah.
Be the butterfly. You're a butterfly.
Yeah, you're Superman or Wonder Woman. Time for you to fly.
Yeah, and you're naturally that. I mean, again, Superman is one of the few. I don't know that there's any other ones.
I love that.
He's naturally Superman. He puts on a disguise to be average. Stop being average. Be Superman.
Yeah, or Wonder Woman.
Or Wonder Woman. Or
I've got to get on.
Wonder Woman is a product of her own thing too. Superwoman.
Yeah, Superwoman. I love it. Okay, so listen, how can listeners contact you or learn more about you? Share how we can stay in touch with you.
You know, that's an interesting question because I, like you, I am in an embryonic phase of building my presence in social media, etc. I do a Facebook Live.
All right.
Weekly. About 10 to 15 minutes of Facebook Live. Facebook Live, Sunday, 3 p.m.
Facebook Live. All right. So you guys heard it. Go Facebook, TR Coverson, COVERSON. Go Facebook Live on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are watching this, we are on Eastern Standard Time. Now, all right. Thank you so much for that. You are a joy, and it just radiates off the screen. So I can't thank you enough. I know. Hey, thanks so much for watching another episode of Your Leadership Chat. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button here and tap that bell icon so that you never miss another episode. I hope too that you'll give us a thumbs up on the video for a like. And then if you feel led, please share the video with those who need to see it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Your Leadership Chat. Bye for now.